I like 21 because at first it seems very tedious, like you're going to have to do all of these until you find the one that doesn't work. That's not entirely true. Let's just grab the first one in order and let's give it a shot. We're going to go ahead and do what we've been doing for quite some time now. 3 compartments because of the cube, x minus 5 out in front, just simply because it's the first one. And I'm putting down underneath x cubed minus 2x squared minus 19x plus 20. Put your x cubed up there, and we have an x squared, because that'll give me that. X squared times negative 5, negative 5x squared. That and something else give me negative 2. It's got to be a positive 3x squared, because 3 minus 5 is negative 2. Take out an x, that leaves me a positive 3x. That's a negative 15x. That and something else give me 19, or negative 19. That's a negative 4x. Take out the x, it's a minus 4. That and that give me 20. So we might say, oh, shoot, that's not my answer. And that's true. But we don't have to start from scratch and try this or try that or try the other. I have this thing right here, and that's going to give me everything I need. Okay, if I factor that, that factors to become x plus 4 and x minus 1, because the two numbers multiply together to get negative 4 and add together to get a positive 3. That means this is not the answer, and neither is this. So the answer I'm looking for, whoops, I should say neither is this. Those two are the factors I got. That one checked out as well. This is my solution. Love that. Okay, while we're at it, I'm going to look at one of these. I'm going to look at the first. You're going to multiply this by the conjugate of the denominator. The problem here is that you have a radical hidden away in that denominator. 1 minus 5i and negative 1 plus 3i. What we need to do to get rid of this is multiply by the conjugate, 1 plus 5i. But I can't just do it to the bottom. I got to do it to the top too because, because I'm multiplying by 1. It doesn't change the value, it just changes the way it looks. 1 times 1 is 1. The outer and the inner term will cancel. They'll do that every time, but I'll show it to you. 5x or 5i. The inner is a minus 5i. That's why they cancel. The last term is going to be a minus 25i squared, but only temporarily, because if we take a closer look, I squared is negative 1. That'll change this to a plus 25. All of that is my denominator. My numerator is just the product of these two. So that's a negative 1, negative 5i, plus 3i, and then lastly I have a plus 15i squared. But in reality, that's only temporary. That becomes a negative 15. So, what do I have? Negative 15, negative 1, that's a negative 16. If I combine those together, that's a minus 2i, and it's all over 1 plus 25, which is 26. If I take out a 2, I end up with a negative 8 minus I over 13. And if I do something like this, and it's like, oh, whoa, not a conjugate, what do I do? It's the I that's the issue. So if we just want to get rid of I, if I multiply, some people I've heard say, oh yeah, just square it, because I squared's a 1. Well, you can't just square it, that changes the value. But if you multiply the top and the bottom by I, you have a negative 5i, and on the bottom you'd have 10i squared, but only temporarily, because that really is a negative 10. So you have a negative over a negative, that reduces to be a positive 1 over 2. The I can either go on top or next to it, but that's basically it.